Welcome back. So, I have good news to share. Today is our final day out of our Heritage Studies workbook, our health, science, and our history workbook. You have worked through these lessons and now you should find yourself on page 119. Your final lesson is about table manners. And today you're going to cut and paste a table setting. You're going to learn the proper way to set a table. Notice the position of the plate and napkin, the utensils. So it's not made of plastic, so we don't call it plasticware. It's made of silver, we call it tableware, or it's probably stainless steel. Notice the position of the glass for drinking water. And so today, if you will look in your book, this book was called Health, Safety, and Manners. If you will find page, well, I had it marked. I'm sorry, hold on. 88 and 89. This is checking your table manners. So it's just a fun activity to do by yourself or with your mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, whoever lives with you, your grandparents. You could go through this today and you could talk about, am I doing these things that show polite manners when it's time to have a meal at the table? So let's just pick one out that we have to remind ourselves of at school sometimes. Page 89, do you talk with food in your mouth? It says always, sometimes, never. So you know it's polite to chew your food and then speak. That just shows that you have respect for yourself and respect for those around you. It's not polite to be chewing and everybody see your food. So today I want you to think about that, using good table manners. You're going to learn about how the elbows are not supposed to go up on the table. You fold your napkin, put it in your lap. We don't burp and do things like that while we're eating at the table. There's a lot of etiquette, of nice table manners. And if we were at school, you know, it would have been fun if we could have practiced these things. I like to do that at the end of the year. So I challenge you today, since we can't have fun at school together doing it, you can do it at home this evening. You could help mom and dad prepare the meal for the family, help with the cleanup and the setup, and you could set the table with the place settings that you're going to practice in your book today. Did you see that there's a placemat in the picture? It's kind of a pretty greenish color. So there is a proper way to set everything, okay? And you could practice setting the table and having a nice family meal and a good conversation about appropriate things, you know, talk about things that are pleasant. And then afterwards, you help clear the table and you help clean and put things away. And that's just a really special time. Now, there is a very, very special holiday coming up quickly. It's called Mother's Day. And so it's not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. It's Mother's Day. And this would also be a perfect time to practice your table manners, to prepare a meal and bless mom and honor her as the wife to your father and the mother. Or maybe she's your grandmother or your aunt or just a special person in your life. And you could honor her by preparing a meal and setting a beautiful table. Maybe you have wildflowers or some type of flower in your yard that you could clip, and you could have that at the table for her. Maybe you could make her a card, write her a poem, sing her a song. There's just so many things you could do. Be creative, use your talents, and just show mom that you have good manners and you have learned how to be courteous, kind, and respectful. boys and girls, when you act with character and you are known for someone who has integrity, people respect you, they will listen to you, and they look up to you like a leader. And those people who have that type of character, they're usually people who go very far in life and who can really do great and mighty things for God. So boys and girls, use your good manners, use your kindness, and do something great for God. Now remember, we've learned in Proverbs, it says even a child is known for his deeds, for his good doing. So use your good manners, and I will be so proud of you. You will shine for Jesus, and you will be like a rock star. Now, the other thing I'm going to include in this video today is I want to just touch base with you about your extra credit opportunity for reading in the next few weeks. You were given a book last week called My New Name, and so you've been reading the chapters. And remember, the main characters were introduced. I'll show you that. Right before chapter 1, we saw the main characters, and we know Leo, he was an orphan, he didn't have a family, and he had to come live at the Merritt house. But by the end of this book, something amazing and wonderful is going to happen. The other thing I want to tell you about is you are finishing up your book called Reading Comprehension Skill Sheets. Okay, so today, for Thursday, April 30th, you've made it to lesson 32. It's called Too Much to Do. Okay, and I just want to tell you that in this story, Chitter has a problem. He has too much to do. So you're going to read about the main character, Chitter. Now, that should signal to your brain that it's probably about an animal. Okay, and it is. Do you see Chitter? Is he a squirrel or a chipmunk? And what do they like to eat? Don't they like to eat nuts? So here's your snapshot, your sneak peek. Look at those beautiful acorns. And so you are using this character web to talk about Chitter. And so on each of your acorns, you're writing about this main character. Now, it's very important to sharpen your reading skills. And so a good reader can identify, that means you can pick out the main character in your selection in the text, okay, the thing that you're reading. So for example, if I were reading the chapter book Charlotte's Web right now, Charlotte the spider and Wilbur the pig would be the main characters, okay? Today your little story is Chitter, and you're thinking about how Chitter acts, how he looks, what others say about him, what he says and how he feels. And then the final question, it's about a clue in the story that tells you it's not a true story. So remember, when you're asked a question, it is good practice for you to write a complete sentence, not just one word, okay? But you begin that sentence with a capital letter, you end it with the correct end mark, you use your finger spacing so the words are not on top of each other. Your sentence is called coherent. That's when it makes sense. You've learned the structure of a sentence this year, how you have a subject and a predicate. Remember, the subject is the naming part. It tells who or what the sentence is about. And the predicate is the telling part. It answers the question, who or what the subject is doing in the sentence. So in your case, you're writing about how this story is not true. Okay, so make it a great sentence, please. Do your best. Try to write with the nicest penmanship you can. Take pride in your work. You know, when you take pride in your work, that says a lot about yourself. When you write neat, when you use big words, not just the word big or little, but you write with expanded vocabulary. All these things that you've learned this year, that's what I want to see on your papers. I want to see that now that we're at the end of second grade, you have learned so many things. And when you do these papers, you're showing me that you're putting it into practice. Okay? If I just slop something down, just write one word, any old word, it doesn't even answer the questions, that doesn't show what I've learned. It just showed that I was trying to do something as quick as possible. Slap it down on that paper to just say, yep, check that off my list, done. I'm going to go play. You know, if you were in school right now, you wouldn't do that. So I challenge you, even though you're doing school at home, give it your best. Take pride in your work and show that you care about it and that you're thinking. Use your brain and think. You will make me so very proud. I'm not there to mark on your papers and talk with you, but I'm there in spirit. I'm there with you through this video. So pretend that I'm watching and I'm talking with you, and we're talking about your papers. And I would love to put a check plus on everything you do. And I'd love to put my little hearts and stars and happy faces by all your amazing work and give you tons of stickers. But the most important thing I would like to do is to give you tons of hugs and kisses. So I'm with you today. I'm caring for you in my heart. And again, can't wait to see you tomorrow for what? Field Day. This is an old Field Day shirt from another school that I taught at. If you notice, it has like a Gatorade theme. So I can't wait. And what color? What color do we wear tomorrow? Starts with a R. In Spanish, we would say rojo. Red. So love you, love you. Have a wonderful, fabulous last day of the month. Bye-bye.